Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, current blood sugar is 8.7. A little bit higher, but still good after the last couple of days, and I'll tell you about it a bit later. I'm at full calibration. We have 1.175 or 125 units left. My eye's not quite working yet today. Basal rate worked all night, and I have blue lines indicating corrections, so the pump's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Down at the bottom, I have how my blood sugars worked all night, and it was fairly calm. I was in range, so it was all good. I got up to I didn't go up, just reverted back to a number. 91% time in range. It isn't the 100 I'm 9% above. That's something personally I have to work on today. Everything else, 91% in range, while it's still not that 100% that a normal person which a person without diabetes has. You don't want to you want to be at 100% ideally. If you're not, that's fine. It's something we just got to work on. I have to work on it. I don't get 100% every day. Lately, I've been achieving it, and I feel great. This number is a little bit higher than what I want. It's 8, and a lot of times people keep saying, well, higher is better than lower. And then when your blood sugars are higher, your blood sugars are too high. It's almost like as diabetics, we can't win. There we go. That's our little current thing so far. Today, I want to discuss, when does it get easier? Does it? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. I'm going to say something that's probably going to be a little bit revolutionary, and saying having diabetes never gets easier. And that could defeat a whole bunch of people. It may not get easier, but in your mind it can't get easier, because doing things in repetition. The one good thing this channel has for me is it makes sure I'm getting up and saying what my blood sugar is and reasonings for. Reasonings are different than excuses. Some people say, getting that number is way too difficult. I can't do that. Well, that's defeatist. Doing little bits every day, those little bits start to add up. And then all of a sudden, you're starting to get numbers that you like. But don't sort of say, oh, well, everything is just too hard. I don't want to do it. Because you're defeating you. And there should be no place for that. Try to find little things that you do well. There's something in your diabetes care that you can always win at. May not be, getting that 100% up here every single day, but there's something you're doing well. Build on that and then try something new that you want to conquer. Diabetes is always sort of there. And what I'm illustrating here is that your diabetes care can be always in your face, always that you're a diabetic. And ideally, where we want diabetes is sort of back here, where it's relevant, but it's not kind of in your face all the time. And for me, the last 2 days, my blood sugars have been in my face. I've had lows and some are relatively low lows. What I mean by low lows is I ended up in emergency, but only because the people here, I couldn't deal with it and I was sent over there. It was only a night, but does that mean I can't do it? No. And there were people sort of on the nursing team here who felt, oh, well, his pump can't be trusted. And my blood sugars are personal to me. When I came in here, it was under the understanding I took care of things. So we have to show that I can do it. So what did I do first thing this morning? I got up, calibrated my blood sugar, took a look at where I am. It's a little bit better than yesterday, but it's so easy. I may have a day where I'm all high, but don't be defeated. Diabetes will get easier. And hold it. I just said it's not going to get easier. It's going to get familiar to you. And that's sort of the big thing. Getting up, doing it, getting into a routine. Though maybe for me personally, I thrive on routines, knowing what's coming up. So, how do you get into a routine? It's got to be something that works well for you. Your lifestyle, getting up, getting to work every day. You may have to modify what time you get up to fit everything in. I've had people change their jobs. Well, I haven't. I know people with diabetes who change their jobs to make it easier on them. So, having your blood sugars out of whack, you know you don't feel better. So why or feel your best? My choice of words this morning is not that great. Feel your best. So why not try to help and get them to feel your best? Sleep in the eye in the first thing in the morning is not the greatest. Diabetes, you need to learn to get into a routine. I went through an era where I did not want routine. My dad tried to instill a routine in me, but I had to get up earlier in the morning. I had to get up, I had to make breakfast, and then could go back to sleep, but then he started putting in jobs, and I was never able to get back to sleep. The best thing that could happen is I would end up going to a boarding school, and that helped with routine. Now, I know I have diabetes, and I try not to make it front and center. I found a system that works for me most of the time. Diabetes right now is back where I like it to be, and I illustrate this with this hand right here. Understanding that diabetes is important, but it's not going to be every 5 seconds of my life saying, oh, you have to do this now or we're going to be in a medical emergency. It's here. Let's do the blood test. Time management, it would always be in the planning stage. That's where diabetes should be kept. How do you get there? You find what you do well and you build. I've mentioned this before with digestible chunks. You want to build, on the digestible chunks. Having your diabetes get better and better and better is the way to go. Everyone thinks, oh, you're so out of control. But if you're doing the best you can do, and only you truthfully know if you're doing the best you can. If you're a person who's not following the diet, eating whatever, cakes, cookies, pies every 5 minutes of the day, forgetting to take your insulin, that's not going to be easy on you, because you have to get up, you have to do blood tests, you have to keep building. And that's when diabetes will seem to be easier. You forget to do some part of your diabetes. It can be where diabetes is going to be front and center. Diabetes will become easier for you in your mind, and that's part of the win. But diabetes can sit and you can have it here, and then all of a sudden it'll be right in your face. And you want to minimize the time it is right in your face, where you have an emergency, you have a low, you have a severe high. Keeping things back where you know you have blood sugar, you can work at your job, you can do what you enjoy. But not having diabetes here every single day is not a way to live. Once you get into a routine and you start seeing your numbers come back, you're gonna feel your best. And that is the big part of the deal. You need to make sure you feel your best every single day. How do you do this? You work on the 4 pillars. Build on what strengths you have. That's got to be the first step. If you get up and you eat every day at a certain time, that's a strength for diabetes. Well, maybe let's try doing a blood sugar every morning or then every meals, and build and take your insulin, and before you know it, you've built a routine that is great for you. And that's the important thing. And that's when diabetes starts to become here. And eventually you get where you can do your blood sugars quick, get a result, get back to the office, get back what you need to do. But be truthful to yourself. Saying, oh, I can't do that. You can do that. And you know you can do it. You do have to make changes sometimes. Diabetes will never go away, but we can put it in its place. And once you start getting it in its place and building on little digestible chunks, that is when it will appear to get easier. But you forget one thing, it can come here very quickly. Have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My next vlog topic will be Tomorrow's topic will center on budgeting and diabetes. Oh my God. Stay tuned. And we'll come back with an exciting video about budgeting and diabetes. I don't know how exciting. Budgeting can be a little dry, but it is what you make it, and it is an important step to controlling your diabetes. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.